We're going to be talking about something so powerful for that bitch energy today. And it was interesting because I was actually going to talk about this for day 3, but I want to bring some strategy to you guys for day 3 because this is a masterclass about the trifecta of human design, energetics, and strategy. And within the human design piece, we go deeper into that within the academy. But I wanted to give you guys these energetic transmissions that translate into things you can actually implement within your businesses. So that's why we're going to be talking about some of the strategic pieces tomorrow, which I'm really freaking excited about. What we're going to be talking about today is going to build off of the content that we went into yesterday. And then as we go into the strategy piece tomorrow, if we don't have this foundation of standards within our life and within our business, we're going to really struggle to energetically hold clients coming in, energetically hold money coming in, right? And this has been a really big portal for me and in my life and in my business, because what we don't want to see is we don't want to see really high cash months, lots of people flowing, and then all of a sudden things fall, things dip. And when we start to talk about standards, it really is this energy of powerful ownership, being in desire, and also setting the standard for when I'm willing to go into lack, when I'm willing to go into scarcity. It's also this energy of cleaning up all of the energy leaks that prevent you from getting into that next level. So you activated me yesterday. I'm so glad. I really feel that I'm in that bitch and no longer waiting for permission. Yes, yesterday was a huge day about permission and waiting for validation external of us. And if we're in that space of waiting for validation external of us, we're just gonna not see that growth within our business. So glad that you guys are dropping in all of your wins and all of the things that you have experienced from the first day. And today we're really gonna be talking about standards and boundaries. These are so important. And there are so many people on the internet streets talking about boundaries. And I'm going to reframe the way that we think about these things, because this is actually our ability to hold more. When we think about boundaries within our life and within our business, what most of us have been taught about boundaries is that it is a wall. It is a wall of, this is my thing, do not cross this. And when we think about boundaries, we are actually very limited in our thinking about boundaries, because boundaries are actually a container. And so I actually started using a new word for boundaries, and it's called standards. And when you are stepping into that bitch energy, you have to have standards, because we can't have energy leaks here and there and everywhere in terms of, I'm going to bend on my prices here. I'm going to not maintain my energetic standard of having a really beautiful morning routine that supports me in feeling like that bitch every single day. I'm not going to have the standard of when I'm in an emotional wave, if I'm an emotional authority, panicking on my business every time I go through my wave and thinking everything's falling apart, right? And so we have these standards, not only with other people, not only with our prices, not only with our content, but standards in our own life with ourselves. And when you have really high standards with yourself, you elevate the bar for what your brand is able to deliver, and you elevate the bar for who comes into your world. A lot of us think that our standards, our boundaries, are things that are limiters, but it is actually an expander. And that's something you guys are going to learn about the strategy piece tomorrow, is that so many people see strategy as a box that keeps you, oh, I have to do this, or I have to post this, or I have to share this many stories, or I need to do this. But when you start to do the energetic work first, you're no longer asking for permission. You're no longer asking for validation. All of a sudden, standards, strategy, all of these pieces are expanders of what you are capable of holding in terms of money, in terms of clients, in terms of energy, in terms of all pieces that you want to combine within your life. And as I stepped into my first 20K cash month, I have to elevate my standards. You guys, I'm in a big standard elevation right now, where it's this energy of tapping into desire, tapping into not the energy of can I do it again, but I desire to do this again. And as I have more things to do, as I have more clients, as I host more programs, as I host more masterclasses, the standard is increasing for me to manage all of these different pieces of my life, right? To manage my relationships, to manage cleaning my house, to manage getting the support that I desire. And as these standards elevate, I am creating a new baseline for what I can hold. Sometimes it's a little messy. That bitch has powerful standards. Your powerful standards are the expansive container that can hold the clients, the money, all of the pieces. here's one of the things that I have realized is having a business like this, having a business where you are in deep service. I actually wrote a post about this, you guys, and something that saddens me is I see there's a lot of coaches talking about having really strong boundaries, really, really strong boundaries in terms of this, that, and the other, and it feels like walls. And we are in the industry of service, right? And so we have to have open hearts. We have to be able to love people, because me holding my clients, if I'm in this space of you can only do this and you can't do this and you can't do this, and if you cross my boundary, this, that is a very protective energy. And when I'm in a protective energy within all of my standards and all of my boundaries is the word that's very protective, I'm not able to serve and love and be a coach that can fully honor and support and love my clients with an open heart. You guys, within a lot of the work that we're doing in the Six Figure Aligned Ascension Academy, we're learning about having an open heart, being in service while also maintaining standards, because this is the thing. Your ability to have an open heart is your ability to receive money, is your ability to receive clients, is your ability to hold people, is your ability to love people and have them honor your standards and stay in your world. People don't want to feel like coming to you as like this wall of like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. And so you get to step into the service of high standards, high love. High standards, high service, right? They get to exist together. And so that's why we're moving away from this idea of boundaries and we're stepping into this idea of having really, really beautiful standards, because then I get to keep my heart open. I get to love on my clients. I get to serve them fully and deeply and not worry if somebody's going to cross my boundary, not worry if this boundary is being crossed or this thing, because I have my standards and I can hold that. And you guys will see that as you continue to set these standards, they become energetic, and it's something that people feel. You don't even need to communicate them anymore. It's something that you feel within your own life, right? My standard is like my income will not drop below 10K. That is not possible for me. I am energetically unavailable. That is an energetic minimum, right? I have a standard for what kind of relationships I attract into my life. I continuously raise that standard by doing the work on myself. I have standards for my branding. I have standards for my content. I have standards for how my clients show up in Vox. I have standards for how my phone falls during masterclasses. And this is a practice, you guys. Like within this energy of validation and this energy of asking for permission, it's still going to come up, right? At new levels, we're gonna go, I wanna raise my prices. Can I raise my prices? That's where we anchor into that bitch energy, right? But as we continue to see ourselves grow, we continue to elevate the standard. We continue to go, because yesterday, that was a standard, right? We self-anoint ourselves. So as you do this more and more, Rachel, and everybody else who's watching, you're going to step into these powerful standards over and over and over again, and it's just going to elevate continuously. But that realization of where you're starting to ask for validation, where you're waiting for the universe to respond, when you're the one who's supposed to pick up the first chess piece and move it, that's where we get to do the deconditioning. You've already done the work, so now it's just the awareness and the continual adjustments and pivots, and that's where things, I want to say this about those continual adjustments and pivots. A lot of people think that the growth curve is going to look like this. You're just going to kind of continuously make pivots. You're going to continuously notice where you're asking for validation and permission. You're going to continuously step into that bitch energy. No, guys, it's not a linear growth curve. It is an exponential growth curve. As you start to do this work, it's going to feel slow, and then all of a sudden you are going to skyrocket. You're going to skyrocket in the ability to hold things, the ability to call things in, because you are choosing to be the leading energy over and over and over again. And each time you do that, it builds momentum off of the previous decision to do that. And so it's not going to be like this. It's going to be like this. And you are going to have this moment where you're like, holy shit. Holy shit. It is all adding up. It is all adding up. When we start to talk about the concept of boundaries, you guys understand how boundaries have kind of been promoted within this industry of this is a wall. This is a wall that I am not willing to have people cross. And it kind of comes off as this closed-hearted energy. And what I want to really transition us into, we get to start looking at all of the areas where we have energetic leaks within our life and our business. Because you guys, we only have so much time. We only have so much energy. And when we are in a space of continually elevating our standard, we increase our energetic capacity. We increase the way that we respond to time. And if we have energetic leaks everywhere, we are going to feel depleted. we are going to feel like expansion is hard. And our job is to look at all of the places where our energetic leaks are. This is very, very, very important for us to be able to hold a higher capacity, right? So when it comes to energetic leaks and standards, that's the first place we're going to look. We're going to look at all of the areas where you are leaking your energy. And you're going to know, right? You're going to know because you're going to feel this contraction within your body around expansion. You're going to feel this contraction within your body when somebody asks for a payment plan that you don't actually have. You're going to feel this contraction in your body when you're not up to your standard in terms of how clean you want your house to be. You're going to feel a contraction. And so when we talk about standards, I can't tell you guys to hold the standard in your pricing and hold the standard within your business and hold the standard within all of these different pieces in terms of money if you aren't holding standards with yourself. That is our first line when it comes to our standards. And I want to ask you guys how you're treating yourself in terms of your standards. Are you setting the standard of perfectionism in your own life? And are you treating it like boundaries? Like, Christy, if you don't work out today, you're wrong. You're bad. Christy, if you don't get your house clean today, you're wrong. You're bad. Christy, if you don't create content every single day, you're wrong. You're bad. We need to switch this energy from boundaries with ourselves, because boundaries, that's the wall energy. Standards is, I desire to do this. Boundaries is, it has to look this way. How are you guys treating yourselves in terms of the standards that you want to set? What do those standards look like? Are those standards equivalent to perfectionism? Look at this right now. Because we're really going to struggle to hold standards in our business, have self-compassion, and grow if behind the scenes we are holding ourselves to boundaries that are equivalent to perfectionism and being hard on ourselves every time we don't meet that expectation. What does your self-talk look like? What do your standards look like for yourself? That bitch energy is fiery. This is going to bring up a lot for you guys. And I love you so, so much because this brought up a lot for me. Because when we ask these questions, we start to see where our most powerful, most detrimental energetic leak is. Right? How are we going to clean up energetic leaks within our business if we are putting impossible boundaries on ourselves that equate to perfectionism? The way we start to switch this, the way we start to switch from boundaries and perfectionism into standards is desire. Because there is nothing you have to do. There is nothing you should do. You can move from that energy. You can say, I should do this, I should do that, I should do this, I should do that. I have to show up to my job. You gonna die if you don't show up to your job? You gonna die if you don't post today? No. We are moving out of the energy of perfectionism and we are stepping into the energy of standards. And that bitch does not do things out of perfectionism. She does not do things out of I have to or I should. Should is an extremely contractive energy. It is a pressure energy that will literally close your aura. And wherever you are shoulding on yourself, you have an energetic leak. You guys, when we are in the energy of should, everything that we do from that space is contracted within our aura, because desire is an aura expander. Does not matter what human design type you are. When your aura is expanded, you are allowing your energy to do the work with you, right? There is something that Abraham Hicks says where it's like overcompensating in your 3D reality happens because you didn't do the energetic work first. When you do the energetic work, when you look at your boundaries with yourself and your perfectionism with yourself, and you realize that these things are actually detrimental to your expansion, and you start to switch into standards because you desire them, your aura is expanded, and everything that you do from that space is powerful because it's backed by energy. It's backed by the energy of, this is something I'm choosing to do. Something I want to do. So, some of my standards look like I post content most days because I want to. My boundary, my old system of perfectionism, that used to look like I need to post content every day. Do you feel the energetic difference in that? Most days. That's not a standard of perfectionism. Need to, standard of perfectionism. Every single day. I can even do this over here. If I desire to post content every single day, I desire to post content every single day. Do you see the difference between the boundary, the perfectionism, and the standard? That bitch doesn't give her power away to shoulds, have tos, pressure, perfectionism, boundaries. She chooses, she decides because she wants to. This is a deeper energetic level of what we talked about yesterday with self-anointing. Self-anointing is the power of decision. Standards is the power of decision. And when we have powerful standards for ourselves that we desire to have, we're not going to hit that wall of feeling pressure. Because here's the thing, you guys. Our expansion is so natural. Our ability to hold more is so natural. But when we try to force and push our way into that expansion, when we try to force and push ourselves into working out every single day because I have to, because I need to, because I don't like the way my body looks, posting content every single day because I have to and I need to, and if I don't, I'm not going to sell. What starts to happen is the law of reverse effort starts to come into play. And if you guys do not know what the law of reverse effort is, it is where trying actually removes you further from your goal. It removes you further from the thing that you desire. Because you are not in the energy of natural expansion. And what happens is it takes so much more energy. You guys, pressure, shoulds, have tos, these are hard energies for our bodies to hold. And so even if the thing that you are holding yourself to works for some time, it's unsustainable. And this is what I see a lot happen when people don't have really powerful standards with themselves that they are choosing. They have boundaries with themselves. They hit a really high income month, and what happens? Boom. Because it was hard. I can't maintain it. When it comes to working out, I have to go to the gym every day. I need to do this. I need to change my body. How long do you continue to go to the gym from that energy? It's exhausting. It's exhausting to try to beat yourself into expansion. But I desire to move my body and feel really good in my energetic system. I desire to work out because it makes me feel amazing. Do you guys feel the difference? So where are you in boundaries and perfection within the way you are treating yourself? Shoulds, have tos, pressure, it's all rooted in fears. It goes back to the conversation of yesterday. Those fears, we act on them from this space of looking for validation, which is results, and asking for permission. I'll be good enough when? Putting ourselves in that state of perfectionism. So what are those things where you've held yourself to this unrealistic standard? And I shouldn't say unrealistic boundaries and perfectionism, because that in and of itself is an energetic leak. My standards are continually rising, but switching from boundaries to standards opens up so much more compassion to let go of perfectionism. Compassion. Yeah. You cannot beat yourself into expansion. You cannot beat yourself into expansion. Expansion is our natural state, you guys. And so as we try harder and harder and harder to expand, we actually bring in the law of reverse effort, where trying makes it harder. Should is contractor. Boom. Yes. Also, I've already decided I desire you to be my next coach. Rachel, I'm so excited. You have no idea. Yes, self-anointing, magic words to my ears. Viviana, you embody this so, so powerfully. Yes, it's like switching the narrative. If you want to do it, you now don't have to do it. 100%. So, I want you guys in the comments to drop in new standards that you are setting for yourself. What new standards are you setting for yourself that are not rooted in perfectionism, that are not rooted in boundaries, that are not rooted in shoulds and pressure and have to? Because if we are operating our businesses from this space, if we are operating in our lives from this space, we are not going to see the growth that is available to us. That bitch has standards. And she has standards for how she treats herself. Something that I've learned about money mindset as I tapped into my first 20K cash month, we cannot beat ourselves into a new money mindset. And what it really is it's a process of deep deconditioning and deep awareness, not placing numbers on pedestals, back to the work we were doing last module or last class, because your expansion into those numbers is so natural. It's inevitable. So this is the first level of energetic leaks that we have to look at, because I can't tell you guys to maintain your prices, to not bend on your standards in your business, to maintain high standards with your content, with your branding, with your yeses, if you are trying to beat your own self into expansion. Standards are expansive. Boundaries and perfectionism, the way that most people say boundaries, right? Boundaries in and of themselves is just a word. It's the perception behind it that I'm addressing. When we're in the space of giving our energy to those things, that's actually in opposition of that bitch energy. That bitch has standards, and they expand her, and they feel good to her. And there's no shoulds or have tos. There's just an isness there. Okay. Next, we've looked at our energetic leaks within ourselves. We've looked at where we're holding ourselves to the standard of perfectionism and to boundaries that are contractive. What we've started to do is we've created a container. Your standards are an expansive container where there is self-compassion, there is love, there's the ability to hold yourself and to choose. And when you have this ability to choose, you give people the ability to choose you. You give money the ability to choose you. We're not holding on. We're not rigid. We're not in have to. We're not in this pressury energy. And so now we get to look at our businesses. Because you guys, our businesses are extensions of ourselves. And to have standards in our businesses, we have to look at the standards we have within ourselves. Next, we're going to look at your businesses. Where are you saying yes to things that are no's? Now, when I ask that question, you're going to be like, well, there might be a couple of things, but it's fine. But there are two facets of this. There is both the physical world aspects of like, well, I might have bent on my prices here, or I might be creating content in a way that I don't like, or I might be offering a service because I think it's going to make me money. There's also the aspect and the facet that a lot of people do not look at, and that's the energetic facet. This has been the biggest thing that I've had to realize, is that yeses to no's also are here, are also in our energy. Here's the thing. It's easy for me to see where I'm saying yes to a no in the physical world. But the thing that was harder for me to look at was the energy of, I'm frantic until I hit my money goal. That was me energetically saying yes to a no. Whoops. The fear of people not coming in to my container when I launched it. That was me energetically saying yes to a no. Me going into the space of, well, it's after the point when I want to work, but I haven't sent the email yet, and I need to send the email to make money. The belief that I needed to do and try and force and push and to do a specific list of things or I wasn't going to make money. That was me energetically saying yes to a no. Do you guys see that undertone there? So we can't just look at the physical reality and go, where am I saying yes to no's? We start there. We have to look there. We have to look at where I'm afraid to pivot my business because I'm scared that over here won't work, so I keep saying yes to this. Where I'm afraid to raise my prices because what if this doesn't work, so I keep saying yes here. Where I'm afraid that the new service offering, the new thing that I want to launch, isn't going to work, so I'm going to keep offering this over here. Where I'm afraid that if I say no to this person, a new person isn't going to come in, so I'm just going to keep saying yes over here. But we have to look at those things, because those in and of themselves come from fear, pressure, shoulds, have tos. And I want to talk to you guys, as you guys are dropping into the comments, how this is relating. I want to talk to you about the buffet. The buffet of the universe, and how these beliefs are not actually true. They're just a distorted lens that we are looking through. So, what happens is we have this buffet in front of us, right? And what happens is we walk up to the buffet and we pick up a donut, right? We pick up a donut and we're like, oh my gosh, this is a cool donut. We pick it up, we take a bite, and it's filled with cherry filling, and it's like really sweet kind that actually doesn't taste good. And what happens is we go, what if all the donuts are filled with this? We get scared to put it down. We get scared that there's no other options. And so we hold on to this. Right? And so what happens is we don't understand that when we energetically and in the physical world say no to something that's a no, what happens is we can only see the buffet table in front of us. We can only see the donuts in front of us, but there's a curtain. And when we say no to this, the curtain opens up. And there's another buffet table, and another buffet table, and another curtain, and another buffet table, and another curtain. This goes down to the foundational belief that there is limitation, that there is lack. This goes down to the foundational belief that there is not an all-knowing, all-loving universe that has your back. I experienced this recently on a deeper level, and that's why I brought this to this masterclass today. Because I have been growing my Instagram. Lots of people have been coming into my world. And I had a coach who has, I think she has 300,000 followers. Very big coach in the industry. Reach out to me and ask me if I did human design readings and that she wanted to gift her clientele human design readings. And what did my brain do? My brain went, well, I don't love this, but also, what missed opportunity would this be? And I went, whoa, there was the sacral no, and I questioned it with my mind. My no opens up more opportunities for yeses. My no to this donut, when I set that down, opens up the curtain to a whole new buffet table with more options. And so I said no. So I said no. Do you believe in lack and limitation? Do you believe that there is a universe out here serenading you, desiring to give you the exact things that you want? And that if you say no, you actually open yourself up for the more aligned yes. Do you believe that? And I say that there's a curtain there because sometimes we have to tap into deep trust. Sometimes you don't see the new clients coming in until you've let the unaligned piece go. Sometimes you don't see the money come in right away the second you switch into believing in abundance instead of lack. You have to put the donut down first. You have to set the standard first. And then that curtain opens. And then you realize that there was nothing to be afraid of. Been saying yes to my comfort zone because I didn't see my own expertise projector. So powerful, Joy. So powerful. Not anymore. I know my power. I have that fear. What can we do when it shows up? I'm an emotional authority and last a week with my waves super low that no one was going to buy. I had my first sale on Sunday and I'm thankful, but of course I want more sales. Carolina, lean into that feeling. When you're an emotional authority and you're going through a wave, your job isn't to think about, am I going to sell anything? Are the sales going to come in? Am I going to be okay? Your job is to know deeply that you can receive no matter how you feel. So how can I serve myself first? How can I serve my body? How can I support myself deeply? And then you received. You get to tap into that feeling now of how good did it feel to receive that sale on Sunday. Incredible. And you didn't have to feel perfect for it to be received, right? Feeling perfect is another one of those boundaries and perfectionism places. I can feel like shit and still receive. And you did that. You received one, which means you're a match for another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. How did it feel? Who do you want to be in the moment before a sale comes in? You now have that energy to tap into of how you felt right after you got that sale. Continue to tap into that. We're going to be going so much deeper into that in the 6-Figure Aligned Ascension Academy. So I'm so happy you are there. I kept trying to run my business strictly as a coaching business when I already knew I was meant to be using my voice in other ways because I was comfortable with coaching, and the new paths I was being asked to step into was new and real scary. Yes. And this is something where it's like, it feels like it's pivoting, right? It feels like you're starting over. But even that in and of itself can be a distorted lens, because Jody, everything that you've done, everything that you've been doing, those things don't go away when you pivot. And so I don't even like to use the word pivot. I like to use the word expansion. You are expanding. There is no regression here. The illusion that you lose anything from this pivot, a distorted lens of reality. You're actually expanding. Leilani, yes. Joy, so much sense. Absolutely, it's hitting hard. Working with buyers in real estate instead of just listings. Powerful. Ooh, emotional authority here, and that makes so much sense about being in the deep knowing, even when in a low. Yes, you guys. The universe isn't responding to how you're feeling, it's responding to what you know. And so if we're in resistance to ourselves when we're not feeling perfect, we're actually in resistance to everything. Me allowing myself to feel anger, me allowing myself to not feel perfect is in deeper alignment than me trying to pretend or force myself into feeling different. That bitch honors how she feels, right? Back to what we were talking about. Trying to change the way I feel so I can receive? No, I know I can receive. I know I can receive when I feel good, angry, not good. And so when I feel angry or not good, my first priority, the pulse of what is being called through me in this moment, is take care of myself and know that I can receive. Within this piece, you guys can receive when you're feeling great, when you're not feeling great, all of the pieces. So, looking at your energetic leaks, looking at these pieces where we are leaking our energy, in terms of how we feel, in terms of our businesses, in terms of like all of these things where it's like, I need to do this, I have to do this. Those are contractions. And so, looking at and feeling into your energetic leaks within your business, I want you guys to drop into the comments, I am that bitch who, and then finish the sentence with the energetic leak that you are switching, that you are changing. So for me, for example, if I was afraid to raise my prices or to hold my prices for people, I would write into the comments, I am that bitch who always charges the rates she desires to charge. If I was afraid to pivot my business, I would be typing into the comments, I am that bitch who follows her soul and chooses to believe in expansion instead of starting over. If I'm somebody who has been energetically leaking all over the place, the second I launch, going, I'm not okay until somebody signs up, I would be typing into the comments, I am that bitch who holds the inevitability of what I desire, and I tap into fun and play instead of pressure. What are you declaring? And if you guys are listening to this and you feel like, I have a lot of energetic leaks, I have a lot of leaks within myself, I've been holding myself to really high levels of perfectionism, I want you guys to create a list and go, where are my energetic leaks with myself? Where are my energetic leaks within my business that are where I'm physically saying yes to no's? And where are my energetic leaks within my mindset? Just create a list and have so much self-compassion for yourself, because standards don't hold perfectionism. Standards don't hold beating ourselves into expansion. Standards are a choice. Standards are, I desire this. I desire to step into this level. And when you write that list, you're going to have such a deep awareness. And then from that space, we get to create standards around our content creation. We get to create standards that feel expansive and light us up around how our branding looks. We get to have standards around our pricing, around what feels good, what taps us into desire. We get to have standards within our inbox. I have very powerful standards within my inbox. If somebody messages me trying to get to know me so they can pitch me, nope. My standard for my inboxes is it's for clients. and people who want to work with me. That is my standard. That is my that bitch energy. That is my power. That is my decision. So where are your energetic leaks? You guys, this has been incredible. And I'm so freaking excited to talk to you guys tomorrow on day 3 about the doing the things, about the big vision that you are holding, and a little bit of strategy. We are going to tie this masterclass up with a really powerful activation tomorrow. And I'm really, really excited. And if you are desiring to tap into this energy even deeper, to be in this activation, and to step into a 6-figure business, we only have 6 spaces left within the 6-figure Aligned Ascension Academy for this round. So this is a space where you can come play, where you can tap into that 6-figure business through the trifecta of human design alignment, energetics, and strategy. I see over and over again, there are so many women who are feeling that confusion. They're implementing the strategies, they're doing all of the right things, and they're not feeling that energetic backing. They're not seeing the results. And then there's so many women doing the energy piece and struggling to implement strategies. And we have to do it in alignment with our human design, right? Within this trifecta of human design, energetics, and strategy, we create that solid foundation for you to continuously step into that level of yourself that is making 10K months and 6-figure years. Because this is the work I've done with my clients over and over. And it's information that I keep coaching on, and I'm just like, it's time for this to be in a program. It's time for this to be more accessible. Thank you all so much for being here.